Hey guys, welcome to the Seven Figure Box Show. My name is Andrew Frezza, and I'm joined today by
Tony Frezza.
And today we're going to be talking about our member recognition program, our band retention system that we run at CrossFit Palm Beach. So I've been getting a lot of questions lately about how do you guys go about retaining members? How do you guys create magic moments for members or kind of go above and beyond for your members? How do we incentivize people or reward people for showing up consistently? We've talked about the committed club before, but we haven't really gone in depth about this band retention system that we use, which is our primary way that we reward people beyond just that monthly committed club that we do. Okay, so you guys can see, if you're watching the YouTube version, you can see some of the bands that we have here. This is what we use to reward people based on the attendance numbers that they hit on a career level with us, okay? And this is an idea that I kind of stole and evolved, like many of the ideas here. I stole and evolved it from Brute Strength, and I heard a podcast with Mike Cazayoux on it. I think it was a podcast that he did with Jim Wright, and he was talking about that a lot of people quit services or quit your gym not because they're unhappy, but because they don't know what's next. And one of the ways that they reward people or they give people an idea of what's next is they have milestones that they recognize when someone's been with them for 90 days or someone's been with them for a year. And I believe at Brute Strength, they do patches that someone can put onto like a weight vest or they can put it onto a backpack. And I thought that was a really cool idea, and I wanted to evolve that idea and make it our own. So that's where we came up with the bracelet idea. We started it about this time last year, and kind of run with it ever since.
Yeah, and this was also a time when like the level method was getting big. A lot of gyms started looking for ways to like, how do we recognize like the certain levels that you reach, right? So that like your members could see like this kind of like endless progression in your system, so that like they didn't see an end and like they could continually improve within your system and shoot for like these checkpoints and these milestones along the way. So one of the biggest things that we like looked at was like, we didn't want like a level method or anything tied to like physical performance, right? Or like physical ability. We wanted something that was tied more towards like the act of just showing up and being a part of the community, and just really break it down to like the more you come, that's what we're going to recognize. And we made those levels as such.
Yeah, we're trying not to overcomplicate this. I think a lot of gyms try to build what's next via complicating their services. They add Olympic lifting classes, they add gymnastics classes, endurance classes, functional bodybuilding, competitors classes. They're trying to give their members what's next by giving them all these things that are really just distractions from their core service. And for us, we want to continue to keep our focus on our core service. We think that allows us to help the majority of people. It allows us to help our veteran members really well, but it allows us to always be accessible to that person that's coming in from day one that needs to lose 50 pounds or needs to get off medication. And those are the people that we're really trying to help, more so than trying to keep someone who's been with us for 5 years, giving them that next thing that's going to engage them beyond our core service. So for us, it's really a simplified way of making it about just showing up, just attending classes. And those levels, the way we break them down is we start with 0 classes. Once someone signs up, they get rewarded with a band. From there, it goes to 100 classes, then 300, then 500, then 750, and then 1,000 classes. So we're recognizing each person when they hit those milestones from 0 all the way to 1,000. And I'm sure at some point we'll have milestones above 1,000. We have several members that have gotten there. But for now, that's what we're focusing on is those first 1,000 classes.
Yeah, and each one has a different message with it. So, the idea was to honor like the attendance, but also a way to like get our core values across, right? So with each level, it's represented by a message on each bracelet. So each bracelet has a message on it. The first one, when you first sign up, it has our main message, just show up and move every day on there. And then each bracelet comes with a postcard as well, that has a couple quotes on one side, and then a description of kind of like our core values and what this level really means to the person. So it kind of addresses like, in the first one, the beginning thoughts of like what it's like just starting a brand new journey. Then the 100, kind of addresses like you've made some progress, now what, and so on and so on. And like the 750 classes really recognizes that we really see that person as a part of our family. At that point, they really like join the family, and the message on there is one team, one family on the 750 bracelet.
Yeah, and that fits our core value of team over individual. So you can see throughout these, our core values are getting infused, as well as recognizing those attendance milestones. And then what we've added to it as well. So the way it works is once someone signs up for a membership, the first one gets mailed to them. So they'll get like a nice little postcard or a nice little envelope that has a bunch of things in it. It's going to have that just show up bracelet. It's going to have their postcard in it. It's also going to have a buy one, get one t-shirt coupon. We also have a free in-body scan that we give all of our new members as well. And then Tony or one of our coaches will handwrite them a thank you card when they first sign up. And then each one of those levels beyond that, they'll get the same envelope. The way we deliver those future ones is it's on the whiteboard. So at the end of every month, we build out the postcards of anybody that's leveled up, and then they go on the bottom of the whiteboard, and the coaches can then celebrate those people in classes when they give them their level up postcard. And each little package has different supplementary postcards, like things like the buy one get one free t-shirts that I mentioned, but like free skill session. We do a double referral credit bonus, so instead of getting 25 off for themselves and a new member, if they refer someone, they actually get $50 off if they hand them that postcard to turn in. So we try to reward people who have been with us the longest, and basically our thinking behind this is we want to give the most to the people who are being loyal to us, because chances are if that person's come 500, 750 times, they're a raving fan of our business, and we want them to bring in more people like them, as well as take advantage of other services that we have to offer. And we'll give them things like skill sessions so they can taste those services.
Yeah, and like, I don't know if you mentioned this, our 1,000 is a t-shirt. So we actually had like a specially made t-shirt that is only available. It says 1,000 right on it. And it's only available to those people that get into that like special club of making it to 1,000. And these investments are, they're so easy to make that decision. Like when someone's paid you, like if they've come 1,000 classes, chances are they paid you thousands of dollars over years. Like to invest 20, 30, 40 bucks into some nice gift for them is really nothing in the long-term aspect of it.
Yeah, that level also is the next level that has the handwritten card. So basically when they start and when they hit 1,000, it's a handwritten card. And then everything in between are these postcards, which is a nice letter that was created by us, but it's not a handwritten letter every time. It's the same message for each of those coinciding levels. So can you talk a little bit, Tony, about the process? As I know you're more involved with just the logistics of like, how do we track it? What time of the month do we level people up? Who's in charge of making sure that we know who's leveled up and who's not, and all that?
Yeah, so at the beginning of each month, we just go into Zen Planner, which is our member tracking software, and we get a complete list of everyone's full attendances, the amount of attendances that they come to CrossFit Palm Beach, their entire careers here. And then we take that list and we bring it to an Excel document where we put it in ascending order, so from highest to lowest of how many classes they've taken, so that we can clearly see and then we color code the levels so that we can clearly see who has jumped a level in between and who has leveled up, as we say. And then we take all those names that have leveled up and then create those envelopes that Andrew was mentioning for each person.
Other two things I want to point out was the bracelets we get on 24hourwristbands.com, and then the postcards, we typically print those on overnight prints or Vistaprint. Do you know any of the values on these things, like what a postcard costs, what a bracelet costs off the top of your head, roughly?
I mean, pretty much with the postcards, like once you get into like the 300 to 500 range, it's like you pay $10 more to get 500 instead of 300. And we're talking $80 for like 500 cards.
Yeah.
So like 20 cents a card. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really pretty much it. We're going to have some of these resources available for you guys on the blog post for this podcast, so you can download some of the postcards that we use, see the bracelets, see kind of the messages behind each of those different levels. But we really just want to give you a quick synopsis of what this thing looked like, and give you guys the idea to do something similar on your own. If you want to steal this idea as is, feel free to go ahead and do it. But if this helps spurn some different idea of how you can reward your members as they progress in your system, then I'd love to hear what that looks like once you put it into place. Was there anything else you wanted to add?
No. And then if you guys have open ideas for us to go even further than our 1,000 into a 1,500 and 2,000, because we have members climbing up there, we're open to hearing your guys' ideas as well.
Cool. Thanks for joining us, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Andrew at CrossFit Palm Beach or Tony at CrossFit Palm Beach. If you're watching the YouTube video, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. Talk to you soon.